Linear and nonlinear functions. So a linear function is a graph that forms a straight line, hence it has the word line in it. Nonlinear would be functions that don't form straight lines, which means that their rates of change are not constant, so they're not going to increase at the same rate. Non meaning not linear. So if I look at examples 1 and 2, data tables, in order to figure out if it's a linear function, you're going to do your counting from 1x to the next, and then from 1y to the next. So from 5 to 10, I'm adding 5, 10 to 15, I'm adding 5, and 15 to 20, I'm adding 5. So my x is always increasing by 5. For my y value, 13 to 28, I am adding 15. From 28 to 43, I'm also adding 15. And from 43 to 58, I am adding 15. So when I want to find my rate of change, remember your rate of change is always y over x. So my change of y was 15. My change of x is 5, so my rate of change is 3 for this problem. For example 2, from 1 to 2, it's adding 1. From 2 to 3, I'm adding 1, and from 3 to 4, I'm adding 1. On the bottom, so my x's are always adding 1. On the bottom, from 1 to 4, I'm adding 3. From 4 to 9, I'm adding 5. And from 9 to 16, I'm adding 7. Just because they are changing by a factor of 2, this is not linear because these y values are not consistent. So this would be non-linear because, like I said, the y values aren't constant. For example 3, we're going to use word problems. So it says there are 3,600 seconds in 1 hour. The total seconds is a function of the number of hours. Is this linear or nonlinear? So if after 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, what am I going to have? So the first one's going to be 3,600. The second one is going to be 7,200, and the third one is going to give you 10,800. So as I can see, from 1x to the next, I'm going to be adding 1, and from 1y to the next, I'm going to add 3,600. So this is always a plus 1, and this is always a plus 3,600. So yes, it's going to be linear by 3,600 over 1. This would be seconds per hour. And for example 4, it says a football placed on the ground is kicked into the field goal. The height of the ball is a function of the time in seconds. So if you think about, this would be drawing a picture. If you draw a picture, it's going to help visualize things. If you have a football down here and you are kicking it into a field goal, is this a linear function? No, it does not form a straight line. So your answer is going to be no, or non-linear. It's not going to form a straight line. The reason for that is because if this is my time, and this is my height, at some point it's going to reach a maximum height and then it's going to start falling back down. So it actually makes this smooth arc, which is why we don't have a linear function for this problem.